first, I remember the jewelry more than the clothes. When I met Ray, we were both married, and we worked for the same truck dealership, and he used to say that falling in love with me was like lettuce, because when he was a kid, he'd had colitis. And for a long time, he wasn't allowed to have any roughage at all. And he missed it a lot. When he was finally allowed to have it again, his mother introduced it to him slowly, just a little bit of lettuce at a time. And he described eating that first plate of lettuce almost like it was a religious experience, savoring the look and the sound, the smell, the taste, like he was coming alive. So the first gift that he ever gave to me was a ring that he had made for me that spelled lettuce, Lettuce. And I still have it, although it's a little bit tight now. Anyway, before we had ever slept together, he told me about how he was in trouble. He'd been arrested, and he was probably going to jail. And then he told me all over again. Oh, because he wanted to be sure he hadn't misled me. But all I could think about was how much I wanted to go to bed with this man. And I wasn't shocked that he was going to jail because, hey, I'm a Gorman. My family is always doing things. My grandmother and my mother were arrested for making gin in the bathtub. My Aunt Bernice, who's a policewoman, thrown off the Baltimore Police Abortion Squad for arranging abortions. Oh, and my cousin Davy, yeah, he faked his own funeral to get out of making his car payments. So Ray and I, we fell in love. Then he left his wife and I left my husband, and he was sentenced to 7 years. But thank God, at a minimum security prison. I would go visit him every weekend. And sometimes I would wear this special pair of pants that I had, loose-fitting brown cotton, and I'd made a hole in the crotch for easy access by Ray's finger. Okay, obviously he didn't get anything out of this except the pleasure of satisfying me, but he always wanted me to know that even in jail, he could take better care of me than someone who was not in jail. And of course, we wanted to hold on to freedom, get away with it, you know, put one over on the guards. That was the best part, because they were so horrible. When they cleared you in, they frisked you and they went through your bag like they controlled you or something, which they did. Ray got out after only 2 years, and I went to pick him up that day wearing a pair of knee-high caramel-colored boots and a raincoat. Ray comes down and he sees me, and he gets this big grin on his face from ear to ear because he knows I have nothing on underneath my raincoat. But the guards, they don't know that. By the way, we just celebrated our 20th wedding anniversary. I'm a state senator, and Ray's a life coach. He coaches people on their life. Oh, if you lived where we live, you would know us. But you wouldn't know the story.